Alexa, play royalty-free music. And I have a pimple. All right, I'm just gonna go in with some moisturizer. I got this in an Ipsy glam bag, I think. And I like to go in with a little bit more around my eyes because my eyes tend to get super dry. So now I'm gonna prime. This is gonna help it fill in all of these pores right here and make my makeup last longer. Push that in because we're pushing something into our pores. So whenever we put foundation on, it's gonna fill all of that in. So I'm literally filling in holes on my face. So I was gonna go in with this, but I don't have any more of it. I'm trying to squeeze it out. So that's a no-go. This is too dark for me, so I was gonna mix this. Oh my god, I just threw a highlighter in the sink. So normally I would go in with this right here. This is a Y6 from Morphe. It's just like a flat kabuki brush that's good for liquid. I can go in and work this in, or I usually use this Morphe M536. This is good for like getting underneath your eye, and I like the way this bristle feels. For liquid foundation, you're always going to want to use one of these synthetic brushes because you don't want to use like something that's powdery like this. This is for powder. Like, I'm not going to go in and put wet makeup on something like this. These are like more firmly put together and are made for liquid. This is also not made for liquid either. Neither is this. You know, you want to go in with something that's like thick. So I am going to go in with this. Remember I said when this was too dark for me? Look how dark my skin is compared to where I put the makeup. I've been going tanning, but that's okay. We're gonna go in with bronzer later and we're gonna bronze everything up. I'm also, normally I would go with more foundation, but I'm just gonna keep going because this is not my shade. I'm gonna go in with some concealer. I've been loving this e.l.f. concealer right here. It's only $5, but it's super, super light. So maybe I'll go in with that under the brows when we carve them out, or maybe to just brighten a little bit. But I am gonna go in with this Maybelline Fit Me concealer, just because it is a little bit more like yellow toned. And it'll give me some of that color back. And you see people put concealer underneath their eyes like this because they're wanting to brighten underneath your eyes, like where underneath your eyes are, you usually get like a lot of discoloration and those bags. I'm trying to get rid of them. You can also put that anywhere else you want to brighten up. I'm gonna go in with this Morphe brush, the one that goes underneath the eyes really well, and just blend it out. Going with a little bit of concealer on both of my eyelids to make sure that I have everything matched. And also this is going to be a really good base for our eyeshadow later. Okay, so now we're gonna go in with a powder brush. This is from the same collection as this brush. This is just for powder. So I'm gonna go in everywhere where I put makeup, essentially. You wanna go in with the powder after you put down a liquid foundation because it helps set everything into place. It prevents creasing. I don't know where my powder is. Got it. This is just a drugstore powder by CoverGirl. It's not the best. It doesn't really look that great in person. It does kind of give a more powdery effect. But this is what I have right now. So I'm gonna go in underneath here and cancel out all this creasing that this is gonna do. I'm just using circular motions to blend that out. Now I'm gonna go in and do brows since that's my least favorite step. I'm terrible at brows. I'm gonna go in using this liquid. This is brown. This is a liquid eyeliner. Has a tip like this. And I'm gonna go in using this and see what happens. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with that e.l.f. concealer and just clean my brows up a little bit. I'm using a Morphe M421 to just carve out those brows. And then just going back in with this powder brush and putting that powder right here to kind of set that concealer as well. And then repeating that on this side. And what this does, it just takes out anything that I don't want in there. Any flyaway like brush strokes or anything that got sloppy. I pretty much just erased it with this. I do have a lot of dry skin right here, so that looks terrible. And I'm only gonna make it worse by going in with some more powder on top of it. And then just going in with some brow gel. And this just sets all the hairs in place. Okay, now I'm going with this fluffy powder brush, and I'm gonna use this Morphe bronzer in shade Debutante, and I'm just gonna bronze. Now I'm gonna do some eyeshadow. I'm just gonna do like a simple, basic look, nothing too crazy. Probably just gonna be using this palette right here by Jeffree Star. And then going in with like the most fluffy brush that you have. So I typically can pull off an eyeshadow look with two brushes. These are my two mostly used eyeshadow brushes. This one I'm going to go into my crease with, and this one I'm going to darken everything up with. And I'll show you what I mean by that. So I'm going to start in with this one. And to start any basic eyeshadow look, you just want to go in with the lightest color that you're going to be using. And you can do a warm tone look or a cool tone look. If you're doing a warm tone look, you'd typically go in with a warmer shade. If you're doing a cool tone look, you typically go in with a more cool tone shade. I think I'm going to do something pretty neutral, probably just a lot of browns. So I'm going to go in with the color Safe Word right here. And then just tap off the excess, and then I'm gonna go right into my crease. The crease is the spot between your eyelid and your brow bone. We don't want to put this color on the lid, and we don't want to put it up here. We just want to tuck it right in the middle, which is called that crease. I'm starting in with eye motions, with windshield wop. Girl, I'm done. Just watch. And then kind of circling out over here, getting that blend in. Okay, then just going in with that second fluffy brush. My first brush was a Morphe M573, and this one is a Morphe R39. So I'm just gonna go in with a darker color. I think I'm gonna do, let's see, a little bit of purple. This shade is called Androgyny right here. Just tapping into that. I'm just gonna tuck it right here on the outer corner. I'm just using small circular motions to get that blend going. And I'm just darkening up that crease. And you can go as in as you want. I typically wouldn't take it all the way in here or put like a lot of eyeshadow right there, just because you want like the smallest amount as possible to kind of create that blended look. So see, I'm gonna go in here, but I'm not gonna go in and dip in and put more right there, because then it's gonna be super dark over there. You can just blend it back and forth. And up into the brow bone. Just like that. And the darker the, and you could totally, let me bring you in. Stop right there. Probably blend that out a little bit better, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in with a little bit of brown just so my eyeshadow doesn't look crazy and purple, you know what I'm saying? Not that that's a bad thing, but I am gonna go in with a little bit more brown, and I'm gonna be using Dominatrix on that same brush. Lower lash line, I'm just gonna stick some eyeshadow in here so the whole thing is put together. I'm gonna fill in some places in my eyebrows that I missed, and we'll go from there. Just gonna go in with that dark brown shade and lightly pull down, just lightly. Oh my god, she hates me. Okay. Now I'm gonna go in with frosting all over the lid, just using my finger. You can go back in with any fluffy brush and just blend that harsh line out. Then using a Morphe E36 brush, I'm going to take that same color that we put on the lid and just tuck it in the inner corner to make it pop. Someone's looking out the window. Doing the same over here, and then also tucking it on this brow bone. I'm gonna take another fluffy brush and just blend that line. And the same here. Okay. R36. I'm gonna go into Miss No Name over here. Swirl her around. And just go in on the high points of my face with it. Can't even see it, but it looks bomb in person. Little Scara. How do they do that? How do they get that to focus? I don't know. Okay, so this is the finished look. Extremely mediocre. I do this. I liked it better. I looked better like, far Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Snapchat. I have a Facebook.